Scoundrels web series and podcast is filmed and recorded in their ship, the Centurion Vulture, and may contain language not suitable for all. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Scoundrels, y'all. We are broadcasting from the Centurion Vulture. I am CG.
I am Paul Bannister.
Curtis Wayne Millard standing by.
We are three grown-ass men, as always, here to discuss anything and everything related to Star Wars. And, of course, if we're discussing Star Wars, we are currently discussing Andor. There have been 2 episodes since we last covered this topic. We all just watched the brand new episode. Not together, but about an hour ago. It's currently Wednesday, so the episode dropped this morning. I'm just gonna. I always do this.
Get in there.
One of you guys go first because I'm fully prepared for the first time in Scoundrels history to just geek out with excitement across the board.
What?
I'm just fucking stoked on every level.
Dude, me too.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead.
I'm in the same. I think I said. It's my favorite Star Wars show right now. It's
better than Mandalorian.
I think I was told I think it's better than Mandalorian.
It's not better for me. But
I know,
it's good.
I think it's one of those things, like where you have a band you really like, and there's a record that come out. This first record's great, and then they have a great record, and maybe they come out with a lot of stuff that isn't good. But this is like one of those where it's a new record. It's like, is this my new favorite record? Because it feels like it. Maybe I need to go back and listen to the other record, like Mando. But right now, we're 6 episodes into this, and I've watched it twice this morning. I was in like tears, like the emotion level in this show is so hard. And like you said it, the acting. When's the last time you could see a star? For me, the first time. I
didn't even know there's this many goddamn good actors on the planet.
It could win an Emmy for like a drama. It could win an Emmy for like it's unbelievable, and it's an adult. Like it's just such a well done show. I'm so invested. It looks amazing. Like I think I don't know. So I'm right there with you. I think it's unbelievable. I wasn't
even excited for this fucking show.
Yeah. Well, I was
like, yeah, bring it on. Yeah. Can't really probably fuck it up, but they're doing a very good job. Yeah. You feel everything.
Yes,
I actually felt tense.
I had a moment. I had a moment halfway through where I realized I'm not thinking about anything.
No,
which is exactly what success in storytelling is like.
Not even
I was fully transported.
Snacks or chicks?
Yeah, no snacks, chicks, analyzing the thing and just picking apart any components of the production.
That's a very good
I was
point.
just straight up like on the edge of my seat with suspense watching these events. I mean, honestly, even just this episode in a vacuum. First of all, I'm like you. That's a great analogy about you have a new band, new album, you're stoked on it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying I'm going to come off of this high, but you're definitely getting this in the I just watched this high.
Hey, man.
This episode, to me, it's almost like the best Star Wars movie I've watched since the original trilogy. Like, I would rather watch the last 3 episodes of this more than the sequel trilogy.
I put this above the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, there is the overarching caveat, which is fine for me as a different flavor, that there is no Force component to this in Jedi, which is what gives the sequel trilogy an extra level of fun, because that's obviously a fundamental part of Star Wars. Let's be real.
I mean, that's my favorite part.
This is as good as I could have. Let's put it this way. If I'm going to watch Star Wars storytelling that is going to be devoid of Jedi and sabers and the Force being an important part of it, this is literally as good as I could have hoped for.
Yeah. Well, they did a better job than Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
It feels better than Rogue One, and I fucking love Rogue One, for the record.
I do like Rogue One,
I think there's a sense of, like, the rebellion is, like, they're really making the stakes for it. It's like, the Jedis weren't really fighting the rebellion. It was people. It was real people that were affected by the Emperor, and so you got this empire, and it's like, I think that's what makes the stakes feel so high. It's like, the Jedis in all sense of the word are gone right now. They're gone. And so there's no hope for these people, and they realize like just the way it's just such a
they might not even know the Jedi.
Yeah.
Some people don't know that they even existed.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's the oppression. They definitely pull on like this. They like almost got like this World War feel. The way even the way their blasters look a little more like World War era.
Well, they're not using the Ben Burt blaster sound effect. I've noticed.
Oh, interesting. I didn't process that.
And maybe they'll bring it in when stormtroopers turn up.
Well, I think they haven't used those guns yet. I think they're using different guns.
They do look different,
but it's like, and it's you could see it's like, well.
But am I like? Are they even like? Are they? It's like it's a completely different approach.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's need for many stormtroopers right now because the Emperor's in control. We don't need to send in the infantry.
It's just really cool that you don't see them.
Yeah.
It was like really powerful when you saw the TIE Fighter guys.
When they had those TIE Fighters in the hangar.
Notes. I had the biggest fucking Star Wars boner ever.
Those guys are I love those black dudes.
And they open that door and they're getting in there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they're not doing any intentional fan service. But that's the point. Is that we don't need over-the-top fan service.
No.
It's crazy exciting to just watch these dudes suit up and get into the cockpit of a TIE fighter. It's like we talked about in the last episode we did, where how exciting that one flyover with a TIE fighter was.
Yeah.
Like that happened again in this 5th episode since we did where that moment where it flies right over their head and they're in the canyon.
Yeah.
All that shit feels very tactile.
I was also nervous.
And the sound
the
design.
amount of suspense you got from that one flyover, and you think about all the I can't help it. As much as I'm excited for Andor, it also comes with the attachment of, man, Obi-Wan sucked.
Yes.
The more you see how this has been executed, it
Even
really
if you
shines
just look
a
at the
harsh light on
effects.
That was the only thought that was coming to my head. I was like, man, what were they thinking with Kenobi? I know we keep going back to it, but...
Well, because now you see what it could be like.
Well, the writing is so good. And just the context. Like, normally, was it Officer Scorn? What's his name? Karn. The kid that... normally in shows, it's like he was like... super OCD, telling people what to do, and normally you just have a character like that with absolutely no context. But in the Tree Remembers or the Axe Forgets episode where he goes to his mom, you're slouching, and how they got Uncle Harlow will know best.
Yeah,
and it's just like
that
how,
lady was fucking awesome.
Who
is that lady?
That's his mother.
But who is she in our world?
I'm not sure.
But
just having
she's fucking tremendous.
This is where he came from. He's got high expectations. They got some kind of like mob family ties. Like, we'll call Uncle Harlow. You've got no prospects.
Director on this
I had the same thought about Sopranos.
It's just like what a wonderful way to bring context into like who he is.
It's like the Coen brothers casted this fucking thing.
I'm so interested just to know his story and all the. I'm so invested in all these characters, and because they're doing such a good job of writing, and just like not in your face writing. Like, is it Vel and like they showed like a subtle that they're in a relationship, but they don't throw like.
Yes, I had the same mental
they're
note.
So great with this
smart.
writing, where it's like you're getting context without having it taking over any kind of like storyline. The storyline is the rebellion, and then you're getting all these cool little branches. I mean, that's
a great example. I made the same mental note of like when she touches her hand. Was so smart and tasteful. It was enough to confirm the relationship, but it didn't become this whole overwrought emotional moment. It was like it actually spoke more to the strength of their bond and their mission at hand. That you had, it's like important to stop and include the human stuff, but we're not gonna devolve into a soap opera about it.
Well, every time someone includes human shit, you're just like, this is lame.
Yeah.
But like that wasn't lame.
But you need enough of it so that when the events start to happen, you really care what's happening. And this is the part where, spoiler alert, don't watch this shit if you've not seen the episode yet.
Actually, don't ever watch any of our shit if you haven't watched it.
It's always going to be spoilers here. It's spoiler central.
It could be called spoilers just as much as scoundrels.
But every one of those motherfuckers is dead now.
Yeah.
Just about. Except for the white girl.
Yeah, I felt bad when that dude's a good actor too. What else has he been in?
I don't know.
For the kid?
But how great is it that
he was in Black Mirror episode. That was really...
We've only seen these characters for 5 episodes. No, not even. 3 episodes.
Nemec?
God damn, that boy can act.
Yeah.
I had a feel. That was the one thing I called. I was like, I bet he's gonna die, and Andor's getting that manifesto. Because they were just hammering it home. Like that was like, I had a feeling. I was like, he's probably gonna die, and his last thing is, you need to take my manifesto.
Yeah.
But
wow,
even that.
I didn't know that specifics, but it was clear that like this kid was going to be an important bridge to Andor getting like a genuine like feel the cause and be in it for a greater good instead of just for his own good. And that's clearly... So I think I texted you all about this if you haven't already, Tony Gilroy, the creator of Andor, went on Mark Maron's WTF podcast.
Oh shit! I did know that.
In the last eighth of it, like the last 15 minutes, they talk all about Andor, and just go listen to it if you haven't already. It's only going to make you more excited because not only is it this good, but he said everything that I wanted him to say about it. For starters, our speculation in the last episode was confirmed. It is 100% going to be 2 full 12-episode seasons, and it will lead us right up to the doorstep of Rogue One. And apparently, he talks about the storytelling. He says this is the most epic thing he's ever cooked up. And because of being given 2 seasons, he says and this is a guy that created the Bourne series.
Yeah.
You know, like this dude's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And he's like, I feel like I've been telling short stories and now I'm writing a novel.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Because I have 20 and to be clear, he said we had an outline for this to be 5 seasons.
Oh, fuck.
And when it became clear that 2 was more appropriate, he says they have a really smart way to condense down the rest of it to be the second season. So he said that the first season is really the story of Andor, basically like what am I trying to say here? Becoming one of the cause, being less about himself and being a true rebel. So it's really like the introductory story of how he went from this on-the-run nomad on his own guy to being a guy who's like fighting for the fucking
I hope he goes back and
galaxy.
picks up that droid.
Oh,
But
yeah.
apparently
oh, yeah.
in the second...
Emo, B2 emo.
Yeah, in the second season, apparently he said that there's going to be time jumps. And that by the second season, he's like this established leader in the rebellion at that point. And so, because he says the first season is going to be 1 year of his life. And the second season is the whole remaining 4 years is that it takes to catch up with Rogue One.
Okay.
So you kind of get the sense that this is going to be the really fun origin story for how he gets to be the rebel figure. And then the second season we get... So where I'm going with this is the stakes are just going to get higher.
Yeah.
And the level of epic stakes will get bigger because the whole second season, now it's not like...
Just the fact that they have an end point.
That's what I'm saying.
And
they
a plan
know where
or an
this is going.
you don't even need an exact plan. There's something called an outline that I'd like to introduce to the fine
a lot
people
of those fuckers.
at fucking Lucasfilm.
I know. Kathleen Kennedy, we love you, but come on.
I do love Kathleen Kennedy.
I mean, come on, right? What hasn't she done that we don't love?
She looks so cute in that ET shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really exciting to have it feel this good so far, and then to hear the creator and showrunner talk about what the plans are and have every box just be checked. It's as if someone sat down and is making a show custom built for what I would be into.
Yeah, the start of the rebellion, the beginning, like this is the real, and it's
so
like
satisfying.
It's fascinating. It's not even like Star Wars-y.
I mean, I don't know.
Like,
it feels like Star Wars to me.
It does feel like that world and stuff, but they don't use the same pacing. They don't use the same type of music. They're not even using the exact same sound effects. And it feels like it's almost like I didn't even know anyone could pull this off.
He talks about that.
That's all I'm saying.
He says that he made a point to not do fan service, and that he's writing something that he doesn't even think about. Like when he started thinking about the story, it wasn't really in the context of Star Wars. I mean, he said at some point, it's like, this is my War and Peace. He was like, the level of scale of what they cooked up for a storytelling, which if you think about it, if you remove the Star Wars association for a second, that is what they're doing. It's literally like
it really is an awesome story.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're taking on the Empire, and like by the time we just get dropped into it on episode New Hope, what is that? 5, 4?
Right.
It's apparent that a bunch of crazy shit's happened.
Yeah.
And as
even
a kid,
in Rogue One,
as a kid, you just like, wow, what is all this shit?
Yeah.
And it should be a good story.
We're about to find out.
Yeah. Well,
it's just like I just can't get over how excited I am to think we just got the prequels.
Yeah.
It's not the one I expected to get, but I'm stoked because now I have a prequel story that's going to be really satisfying that I can watch.
It's so funny. I don't even, like I said, it's like, well, they could fit a legacy character in there, and they still could, but it's like, even if they didn't, like, they don't need them. They are doing like, and like we said about the writing, the nods at things. It's like he's writing. It's like the viewer's smarter than you think they are.
Yeah.
You don't have to shove everything down somebody's throat to be like, look at this, and like it's.
There will be areas that can get tricky in the second season. Depending on how they do things, like, so when you imagine the 4 years leading up to Rogue One, then in theory, Leia is an active part of the rebellion at some point, and there'll be Grand Moff Tarkin. And
Was
so
it
you get
really?
into like, are they going to do CG cameos?
They're
If that's
way
the-
better at this face thing. That
They
last,
are. I mean,
that last
way
Luke
better.
Skywalker shit worked.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. I mean, I don't know that they need to be on screen at all. They can just reference them
Yeah.
and sidestep the whole thing if they want to.
Holograms, dude.
I mean, Leia wasn't part of.
holograms.
I mean, I didn't get the impression from Rogue One that Andor really knew much about the princess. So it's like there's a lot going. That's a huge galaxy. It's a
Yeah.
huge war.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Well,
a lot
at
of
one
moving
point
parts.
too, I mean, Bail Organa clearly worked with Mon Mothma.
And the princess is a
Yeah.
senator,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so
she's
she-
probably
to-
not fucking around with these these trench cats.
She's
Yeah.
like that. She was like where it's like to the appearance of the Emperor, she's loyal. Like that's
Yeah.
her. I'm just from
Mercy mission.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from Alderaan. I'm just
Yeah.
this is.
That's right.
I'm just a senator. I'm just
It's
Princess
just
Organa.
really good filming. It's just fun. It felt like a heist movie
Mm-hmm.
when we watched this episode. I was genuinely in suspense the whole time. Visually, that whole fucking shit about the ceremony and the like crazy northern lights.
Yeah.
Some of the visuals, that shot.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
The shot of the fucking guy getting down into the TIE fighter with all the lights
Oh, yeah.
silhouetted behind them was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
This is so inspired.
Yeah.
Why
It's
can't
really-
they? Oh, man.
and the TIE fighters and the light. Like it's just. I don't know.
I'm just so relieved. It just feels so much fun
All right.
to be able to come on and talk about this shit.
Yeah.
It
and
is
not
fun.
bitch and moan for a 45 minutes.
It's fun and smart, and I love it.
Well, it's nice to know there is and I think that does help knowing there is an end game because I feel like every show that is out right now is like
None of these motherfuckers.
let's
Yeah.
leave it open ended so we can do another one.
Make as
It's
much money as
we
humanly
don't want to do that
possible of
because
the-
maybe we want to do this later. It's like nope, this is it. And I wish things would be like that. And I selfishly feel that way sometimes. Like if I like a show, it's like oh man, I wish
Yeah.
it just kept going. But sometimes things just need to end, and it's
Things
better.
do need to fucking end, man.
Well, and that's the thing that I think is exciting about this on a Star Wars world level is that, knock on wood, if it stays this good, I checked this morning, it's still at like 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. I know there's a whole section of the community that doesn't love it, and that's to
Really?
be expected. Well, I saw a lot of comments, which is to be expected. If you liked Obi-Wan in the prequels, a lot of it is, this moves so slow. There's no lightsabers. This is without the Force. Why? And that's fair. If
I
that's,
get
If
it.
that's
Yeah,
what you're into,
I get
that's
it.
a fair criticism. It's not what I want. This is exactly what I
this
want.
is exactly.
This is the kind of storytelling I
fuck
want.
the prequels.
I don't want
want
to be hanging out with anyone who likes Kenobi or the prequels.
My
anyway,
point
so.
is that this is doing well and it's being well received. So hopefully, on a grander scheme, when they're thinking about the future of the franchise and what stories to tell, they'll remember like, hey, this approach with only 2 seasons works really well.
Yeah.
Right.
Proof of concept. Let's do more of this kind of thing instead of the mistakes they've made leading up to this. So hopefully there's like a broader benefit of proving that this is a viable way forward for the story.
Maybe these things will work itself out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure a lot of people watched Obi-Wan, but like, how could you have to watch it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean you liked it.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll see, man. Hopefully this gets a big support and they start to be more intelligent. Like, yeah, everyone said like Star Wars for kids. It's like, dude, you eventually gonna have to grow up with your fucking fan base.
Come on.
The first
Yeah.
one come out in 1977.
Yeah.
A lot of us are still fucking alive, asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
yeah, it's like you gotta evolve with
saying-
your
yeah.
people.
That's right. Because now the same people that grew up on the original Star Wars also watched Seven and Fight Club.
Yeah.
So like, if that's exciting to us, then you
Right.
got to find some world that can still hold on to what makes Star Wars. But if that's now what excites our brain, also,
Yeah.
you got to get like a little bit of
Yeah.
flavor matching.
Any
it's just-
sort of rinky-dink bubblegum bullshit you want to do, throw it in one of those cartoons,
Yeah.
and you'll
Yeah,
never
exactly.
make me upset about
and
it.
The thing about Star Wars is I always see you think about amazing actors and like Christian Bale says, I would love to be in a Star Wars. Like
Bring it on.
a high level, so it's not a lot. It's like a lot of like I don't want to do Marvel movies. Like, and I agree with him; those are kind of dumb.
Didn't you just do a Marvel movie?
Yeah, he did.
He did, but you know what I mean. But like,
Taika made it.
yeah, because
Everyone wants to make a Taika.
I like
movie.
Yeah.
that movie.
the
It
new
was-
one, the latest one.
It was very pretty.
Love
I like
and
the way we
Thunder.
went to black and white world.
That was cool. The
Yeah.
movie was, I couldn't handle it. It was,
Oh my god,
It
I
wasn't-
fucking love the shit.
I
You
thought
did
it was
it?
cool,
I-
but it wasn't my favorite Thor
Yeah.
movie.
I just love Taika Waititi. I
Yeah,
love
he's
his
great.
whole. You have to be down for his flavor.
well, he's
yeah.
gonna
I-
be doing a Star Wars flick at
oh
some
yeah,
point. In
I
the
know. I think
fucking
his Star
future.
Wars flick, but
I think his Star Wars flick is going to be super controversial. I think it's going to be really good because he's, in my opinion, a genius
Oh, yeah.
storyteller.
Yeah.
But I think his sensibilities in the Star Wars realm won't work for everybody.
I think
will be-
controversy is fine as
Yeah.
long as
Yeah.
you're not like dealing with Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like,
Right.
you know, like we kind of know what those people are about. Maybe
Yeah.
just stick in your lane on that
Yeah.
and like
This-
try not to fucking subvert. Like,
Yeah.
try not to like
Yeah.
just chill.
change.
His
Yeah,
thing will be very much the counter flavor to what Andor is.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be sentimental.
Yeah.
It'll be funny at times. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
just what he does.
I
Yeah.
like the. I like
do
that.
too. I just think that funny and sentimental in Star Wars, he's the only person I would trust
Yes.
trying to do that.
I would, and I'm glad it's a
Or
movie.
Spielberg.
I have
Oh,
my
yeah.
theories about the
Spielberg can be no
latest.
wrong.
I think he went crazy on the last Thor movie because he wanted out of the Marvel world. Because he's like, I'm not doing the
Well,
next
he
one.
said from the beginning, even when he made Ragnarok, that
Yeah.
like he couldn't believe that they gave like
Yeah.
he gets to make a Marvel movie.
I think
'cause he
he's-
just went. I mean, I just love. it
Yeah. What was the
because I
movie
don't-
before that? Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit, something that was what is it called? Flight of the Wonder People or whatever, which is an amazing
haven't
movie.
seen that one.
Boy is fucking genius. What we do in the
great.
shadows.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it's
so
like he's just a fucking.
He's a funny dude.
you know,
Oh, dude. I'm
well,
excited
fuck-
for his Star Wars movie.
Anyway,
Thumbs the fuck up.
But I like how the end of the Eye episode, which is the episode that came out today, is like you saw that was it skiing, like
Yeah.
they had that he had that opportunity to go like I could take 40 million right now,
yeah,
but it was like just
Yeah.
he didn't even. And what I like is that
Turns out that other dude was a dick.
what I, like there's a real like a human factor to this, and I sometimes it's like I do love the Force, but you don't really see that when it's like your ass is on the line. And there's like hesitation, like when Vel was on the thing, it's like you're stalling. Like
Yeah.
normally it's like this is my action scene, I'm gonna be the badass. But it was like nice seeing that sense of real human emotion.
Agreed.
And the same thing with like he just shot him. Like there was none of this. I'm gonna.
yep,
It's just
totally.
smart writing. He's raised like my viewer is smarter than I don't need to hammer anything down.
Yeah.
And Andor is just such a cool character. It's just like he's like you can think what you want. I'm taking. Give
Yeah.
this back to your friend. I'm taking my 200,000. I'm gonna give you 30,000 for the ship. So he's
Yeah.
like a good guy, but he's always watching his back.
Yeah.
And they never explained the Skeen has those tattoos. It's
He's a
like
good guy, but he's
like
no
Yeah.
Luke
the
Skywalker.
crate head and then by the hand.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And those are never seen in the Star Wars world, but I think the
Does By
consensus.
the Hand reference something from the Solo movie with like the Enfys Nest or whatever it's
Maybe.
called?
I'm not
Remember
sure.
that like criminal underworld where Darth Maul shows up on a hologram at the end? And,
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
you know,
It's like
Daenerys
something
Targaryen and
Crimson Sun or Red Sun.
Yeah.
Is he a part of that?
I don't know. I wondered if the hand. I could just be like because it's a phrase that's come up in other stories.
Yeah, what are
over
they going to do
years.
with that whole storyline they opened up with
Yeah.
Han Solo? It's like you can't really. Can you bring that kid back as Han Solo? I mean,
No.
Yeah.
I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I don't. I'm not look. I don't.
No,
wanna
I don't
see it.
want to. I don't want any.
look
I don't
back.
want Han Solo to ever appear
No.
on screen again.
They don't want him. It's
if I'm
like
honest.
these.
I could do a really well done face replacement for like a few minutes and a handoff.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just such sacred.
But he
ground.
actually is off fucking around until
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
meets Chewie.
Right.
He's not.
Until he meets fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi at the
Yeah.
cantina. He's
That's it.
actually running spice for
Yeah.
our main man Jabba D Hutt.
Yeah, totally.
Jabba
He's
D's
got
nuts.
his own little
Jabba
Jabba D's
D's
nuts.
Yeah.
Jabba
Pizza
the
the
Hutt.
Hutt.
I had a moment of thinking because I love this and first of all, Diego Luna is just the best. He's
Yeah.
crushing this role, and he's like a fun mix. It's almost like if Han Solo and Luke Skywalker merged a little bit without the Force component because he's tough and he's
Yeah.
gnarly.
He's got good hair like Han.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's handsome.
He's
He
good-looking
looks
cat.
great.
He's like, yeah, I keep saying James Bond. Like he's like kind of like a.
But
a
he's
run-
also got a soft center, you
Yeah.
can tell. Like that's kind of what I mean about the Luke
Yeah.
part too. Like
Yeah.
there's a sentimental, sweet section, but
Yeah.
he's just lived such a hard life that he's like this. He will fucking kill you if he
Yeah.
needs to.
Well, he
without
got
He
that
will
sense
burn your ass down.
in the first a couple episodes where it's like he owes people money, but they're like, it's okay though. Like it's like you bring this guy along with you, he put you up
Yeah,
to this.
exactly.
Like,
That's what
like,
I mean.
Yeah, like he's kind of a squirmy guy, and he's very likable, and he's got a good heart. And
Do you think that chick from the beginning episodes is going to
Bix
circle back
or-
around?
She almost
Maybe.
has to.
Yeah, I think
she
so.
well, she lost her current
man.
boyfriend, and it seems like her and Andor were like hooking up.
That guy.
I could see a scenario where this
a long time
season
ago.
ends and he's like now a part of the cause and he's assembling a team for something.
Yeah.
And he shows back up and he's like, I want you to join me. And then she's like a second season character.
Yeah.
I just got a little bummed because I just remember what actually happens to Andor at the end of
I
Rogue
know.
One.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be heavy emotionally because you know
I didn't
that-
really care about him that much
I
in
know.
Rogue
It's
One.
gonna be
It's not
fun to
like
go
I was
back.
like, fuck
Yeah.
Andor. But now I
No, you're right.
have a little bit.
Rogue One is going to hit totally different
Yep.
after we
It's
experience
gonna
all
hit
this.
What
like
a cool like
THC.
prequel, like you said. Now
know.
you got Andor 2 seasons, Rogue One,
It's
and then
the
you
first
go right
time
into Star
they're
Wars, New
creating
Hope.
they're creating a character, a new character in the Star Wars world that we are genuinely loving and going to be super invested in their story. And by the time it's all said and done, he's going to have a huge part of the overall Star Wars story. Think about it. He's like this fundamental part of the rebellion against the Empire. That means this dude is as pivotal to the Star Wars saga as Luke Skywalker or fucking Han Solo.
Dude, and at some point, which is also very exciting to me, they're going to have to learn about the Death Star.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Second season. I guarantee you that's what the last part of the second season is acquiring, learning the information.
Because that's why they snagged Jyn Erso, because her dad worked on the
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah,
They're
he
going
came
to
up
learn
with
that
that.
information probably by the end of the second season, and that they said it will literally hand off straight into Rogue One.
And have they filmed that already, or are they?
They're starting in November.
Perfect.
They filmed
So it'll probably be out.
And in fact, one of the things that's great too is he's so focused on this and so serious about it that he knew, because like Marin was asking him, like, have you thought about what you're going to do next? He's like, no. He's like,
Nice.
5 years of my life
love that.
is dedicated to Andor.
God
I'm not
damn.
even, he's like, I'm not even, it's so all consuming. I love it, but it's super consuming.
Good for him,
I'm
man.
not doing anything else. I'm not even considering other projects. I'm just
Fucking
doing
I
personal
love to hear that.
relationships and health are definitely
Well, you
on the fucking back burner.
He's probably like, it's like if you're a huge Star Wars fan, it's like I appreciate that. It's like we always say this is kind of a sacred world, and
Yeah.
we know Disney's just gonna fart out all kinds of stuff. But it's
Yeah.
good to see like people like this that are like, no, I'm taking this very seriously.
You
This
better,
is, This
motherfucker.
is
He
my
says his biggest point of stress right now is they're filming in November and the scripts are not quite finished.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, they know what's happening, but like the final dialogue and everything needs to get buttoned up. But yeah, principal photography starts in November.
They'll come through and listen. I'm sending you energy, dude. I know you're probably stressed out, but I just want to let you know that us three dirtbags.
Yeah.
And this is I think this is our 10th episode, by the way.
Oh yeah.
fuck yeah.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Hell yeah.
We'll do one
Yeah,
of these.
I can't. I gotta say, like, I don't know. I'm just stoked. I'm super excited
stoked
about
too.
it. This guy is great.
Very stoked.
He seems to really get it. It's exciting to have reasons to feel nothing but optimistic.
Yeah.
Right.
I have no more mental obstacles in my brain. I'm not saying I think it's going to be perfect, but I don't have now with like these 6 episodes, all the shit that I could get tripped up on in my brain, the bracing for something to feel bad, they're all gone. Now I just
Yeah.
get to be a fucking kid at story time, not for another 18 fucking episodes.
Nice.
Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
not only can they not really screw up the original trilogy, they are doing a great job.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
They're helping the story.
That's right.
They're building the stakes for the
For the next
rebellion.
year and a half,
Yeah.
we're gonna have this awesome Star Wars experience.
Yeah.
That feels really great to
That's
say.
awesome. And it's like where we let off in this 6th episode. What happens next? Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
That's right.
The heist is done.
Yep.
He got his money. He took that ship. He's going his
Yeah.
separate. It's now it's like,
Well, he's
okay,
gonna get-
where's he going to go
It's almost
now?
like end of Act 1, Act 2 now begins.
I think Karn and that that girl that was looking for the I think they're going to probably mesh up. Or I can't wait to meet Uncle Harlow or find out what he's got in store.
Is he?
He's Officer Karn when
Is
he
that
goes
his
back to
name?
his
The,
mom.
Is he in the
buttoned-up
Empire?
guy?
You don't
His
see.
uncle-
We haven't met Harlow.
But wait,
Yeah.
is Harlow? We don't know what he
We
does.
don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
what I'm
assumed he was
excited.
in the Empire,
He's
but I
eating
bet
his cereal.
there's a fucking chance that dude is a part of the Resistance
knows?
or the Rebel Alliance, which is not even a Rebel Alliance
And
yet,
Mon
is it?
Moth, not yet, not really. And Mon
They don't
Mothma
even
was
have a
talking
fucking
about wanting
patch.
to bring someone into the circle.
So that guy's name is Karn.
Officer Karn, the
Okay.
kid that was like in the blue, like he was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
police officer, got fired because he went after Andor.
Clearly, he's going to become important.
Yes.
Again.
Well, he called in a family favor. Uncle Harlow will know
that
what's
dude's
best.
going to. He's not going to the Empire, is he?
I don't know
that
what he's
kid.
doing, but
Oh,
that's
is
the
that
thing.
what you think? Oh, interesting.
I thought he was gonna. I thought he was like they wanted you to think he was going to the Empire, but now I think he's kind of like I think he might end up with those.
Oh,
around.
I don't know, but he's got to burn his ass for Andor because he was looking at that disc in that.
Such a dick.
He is.
But you might be onto something. I literally hadn't had that thought. Because that would make sense. That the idea is he's got a hard on for Andor, but as over time he kind of in parallel to that he gets disillusioned with the Empire. Yeah. He might have this moment where it's time to like I've got him, and then Andor flips him.
Yeah,
and
it's interesting. Who knows?
It's like a fugitive moment.
But isn't this what's fucking fun?
You're right.
Is that we're in this moment of we don't know what's coming. The writing is smart enough that you can see it going a few different ways, but at the end of the day. You know it's going to be fucking good.
It's going to be good. Character development is so good. They've developed characters in such a short period of time where I like sometimes you like some characters in one show and then every time they jump to them, it's like, I'm like that with Lord of the Rings. When it jumps to certain stuff, I'm like,
dude, I turned it off mid-episode.
I'm out on Lord, too.
I like it. I still like it, but I'm a Lord of the Rings fanatic. Yeah. I grew up reading those books. Like, that's my thing.
Well,
but
I am fucking elated.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
So pumped. I feel
How
like
many more episodes?
6 left for this season.
And now
Shut the fuck up.
For this season.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like Obi-Wan this has already been longer than Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Not only is it 6 episodes, but I think the episodes are slightly longer. So we've already had more storytelling, and we're only halfway done, and it's good. It's so fucking
Throw
satisfying.
Kenobi in the trash
in fact,
compactor.
I would go as far as to say I would take, if I've known it was going to be this good, I would have still taken a shitty Obi-Wan if that was the price I had to pay to get a 2-season show as good as this.
So good.
It may be the fucking price.
It's worth noting, too, by the way, that I've heard from a lot of people who aren't Star Wars nerds that have hit me up being like, dude, this new Andor series is really good.
Yeah.
Like, I think this show is going to do well outside of the Star Wars world.
I was thinking,
Andy called me the other day for the sole purpose of saying, he's like, I got to tell you, I just caught up on Andor. This shit is really good.
Wow.
And Andy hasn't given a fuck about anything, and he grew up on Star Wars like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And even, like I keep saying this, but even Genevieve's like stoked on it.
Yeah, you don't have to be in the Star Wars.
This is not
it's a show I think anyone could love.
It's like it could be on HBO as a drama.
Smart,
a smart like
espionage.
heist.
Yeah.
Well, fucking A, y'all.
Fucking A. All right.
It's like the episodes are going to be short because at some point it's just us checking in on like, this is still the best.
We still love it.
We still love it. Rule.
And so far we do.
Well, fucking, if anybody wants to send any messages, fuck, I don't know.
How you feel about it?
We just send episodes in. We're cranking as hard and as often as we can.
Yep.
And fucking 10 episodes in. I mean,
send us your videos.
We're babies.
Send us
baby
video
boys.
comments, video questions. Send them to, you can just email at paul@scoundrelswebseries.com.
Send us something from your collection.
Fuck yeah, we'll get them in the mix, get you guys on the screen, and, do the shit that we gotta say. Make sure you like and subscribe. The algorithm is a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, we haven't said that.
It genuinely helps with that. So slow growth is fine, but even to get slow growth, the likes and subscribes genuinely help. So
I think they do.
We
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
y'all. Curtis, punch it.
All right.